Welcome everybody. This is Larry Bisig with WHASTV.com, and we are here with Vince Tyra. Vince, thank you so much for joining us today. There's so much going on at UofL. I'm pleased that you were able to find the time to join us. How do you feel right now? I mean, literally, emotionally, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're ahead of it, behind it, in the middle of it? Where are you right now?
I'd like to think we're ahead of it. I think, everybody's emotions, I say fans' emotions, lay on the fact of what we've done with coaches, and that helps. But I think we've done a lot of other things behind the scenes that have been great with the fans, with the donors, inside our department, I'd say even inside the university, across the campus. So I feel like we're ahead of it in many ways. Some of those things are more public than others, but I'm pretty comfortable we're ahead of it. What
are the things the public doesn't know that you think they should know more of?
Probably the engagement with the academic community across the campus. The things that, and I mean, I say this not in a boastful way, but I didn't come here just to be the athletic director. I wanted to provide leadership to the school. I was on the foundation board before I got in the athletic department, and I could see things that were going on across the campus, whether it was the university, the foundation, or the athletic department. And I felt like I could add some value in all those aspects, and we're doing that. And today I'm a part of the leadership committee weekly meetings with Neely Bendaputi, our new president, and things we're involved with. We have an initiative that we'll talk more about probably in the next 30 days with the business school that's being generated from a concept that I had around ethical leadership and from athletics. And so there's a number of initiatives that are going on. Particularly just more sharing, and I think when we had our budget that just got approved yesterday, there was a number of initiatives in there that probably spoke to some of what we're trying to get done that most people wouldn't be aware of, and probably aren't going to be written about. But I think they're pretty terrific, related to summer school, completion degree, more financial aid for managers and trainers. Fan experience issues that we have going on.
Was that the most visible budget, do you think, that the athletic department has ever released?
I can
only go in terms of light of day.
Yeah, I think I could only go on based on I haven't been there, so I only see what's published on a website. But I think from the board's response and the faculty that have been a part of this for a long time, I'd say yes. We gave them in-depth look. Graphs, charts, detailed line items. We broke it out further. There was a request to have even more line items. We probably gave them more than they were expecting, but I think we gave them a list of initiatives that all tied to all the areas where there was spend going on, and frankly where there was areas where we expect to increase revenue.
Have to ask you, you were a member of the foundation. Are you surprised about some of the monies that have been moving or that were moving around in the space of the foundation? Do you accept any responsibility for that, or is that like, no, that wasn't something I was involved with? Or, where do you come down on the foundation and where we are with some of its payments that have been scrutinized pretty heavily locally?
Well, I think the scrutiny was appropriate. It happened before I got there. I was brought in to help fix it. So I came in late February of 2017, and really spent the first 60 days just diligencing what was going on and how to solve it. So in the spirit of looking forward and not looking back, I was more concerned about how do we do to mitigate it, how do we put better governance in place. We introduced, at that time, 19 new policies and procedures around the foundation. Some of that came from the state audit, and some of it came from the A&M audit, but that was probably 15 of those 19. The others were just good business practices that need to be applied to the foundation. But I feel great about where the foundation is today. I think there's good stewardship. We're back focused on the university, and I think the spend policy and all the other aspects of it are in good shape.
Did any of those activities surprise you that the foundation was involved with? Were you surprised as you came in and looked at where the numbers were and where the money was going? Were you taken back at any of it?
Yeah, I think I was surprised at, just because I'd been on Trinity High School's foundation. I know when you think about what your stewardship is, what your role is there, and it's, you're not going to be in more high-risk investments, certainly, or diversify into some of the things that maybe the foundation had. So, it's easy for me to be skeptical once things have gone away. But I think even if I was there, I would not have been in favor of some of the investments that went on. I certainly wouldn't have been in favor of blending some of the money the way it was, and just be, force the university to probably be a little more disciplined on their spend.
Why didn't some of the members speak up?
Yeah.
Was there an environment of suffocation from leadership, or did?
It's hard to speculate, just because I wasn't there, so it's hard to say. And I certainly spoke to those who were on the board prior to me, and Keith Sherman, who stepped in as